outset, I would like to thank the hard work that has been put in by all the stakeholders for really making this event and this entire program of Aspire successful and bring it to this level. Some of you who have not been linked with Aspire in this program for, since we started it, may not realize that this has been going on for many years now. I think this is the third year, right? So this is the third year we are doing this. So this has started actually from scratch. And what we are seeing today happening is a culmination of many, many days and hours of work and efforts, planning, thinking, struggling, overcoming challenges, adjusting to situations, not being able to do the things the way you would plan. So there's been quite a bit of work. More than 1,000 days have gone into being where we are today. So it's really a great time, and I would like to urge and ask all of you to give a round of applause to all the people who have made this program, especially Mark and his entire team. A big congratulations for really bringing in this very unique program, which I might tell you that even Government of India today is asking us about this program. And the Education Minister was here last time, and when he heard about this program, he had asked a presentation for this and the other programs we are doing for the youth to be made in the All Education Ministers Conference that took place in Gujarat last time. And our Chief Secretary had made that presentation on behalf of the state. And Aspire program was one of the major kind of programs that was presented as a model program for the entire country. So that's how much attention that has been given to Aspire program, not just by the state government, but even by the central government. And this goes to show the kind of impact that this program is having. Coming to a bit of the background on where we are, since all of you are here today, I want to tell you a bit of a story kind of a thing to let you understand and make you involved in what we are trying to do out here. One has to understand that what we're doing here is a part of the larger picture. And I want you all to understand where we are and where we are going. Meghalaya has been, and all of us are part of it, a state where we have had numbers of challenges. And somehow in this entire process of challenges we faced, we felt that we could not go beyond a certain level. And we felt that as a state, we're always going to be dependent on many, many factors in the central government. We will always kind of be at the bottom in one way. And we didn't aspire, to be very frank, we didn't aspire to be at the top. And I don't blame anybody for that, but I'm just telling you how things have been in the past, that we were just struggling to make ends meet as a government and as a state, that we never really thought that we can actually be on the top. And it is this vision with which this government and myself as a Chief Minister we've been working, is to change the mindset of each and every citizen of the state, that actually we can be the best in everything that we do. And there's no reason why, in spite of the challenges we may have, there is no reason why we can't come out on the top. And this small mindset change, the click as we call it, the tipping point as we call it, is something that takes a long time to do. Somehow, it's something to build up the confidence and the entire process. And this has been really the journey and the story of what we're trying to do. I gave a very simple vision when we started off. I told every single team member of mine, every single cabinet minister of mine, of the government, and every single department, that we need to target to be the best performing department and government in every single sector. And that's the mindset with which I want to move forward. We want to work towards being the top 10 states in the next 10 years, and it's doable. Let me tell you, we are at the bottom in most of the rankings, but in the last 4-5 years, whatever we have done has helped us to come up in the rankings in many areas, but much more has to be done. It's not so simple. So I'm not saying that we have changed everything, but I think we have started the process of making that difference and bringing that change in the mindset of the people. And that's really the story of what we're trying to do out here. Whether you talk of farmers, you see, our target, we realize that if we really want to change and bring our state to the top, then it must start with the key stakeholders, with the key groups within our state. And farmers is one of them. Without giving importance to farmers, without supporting the farmers, we can't achieve it. And hence a very long drawn process of having different programs to support the farmers like never before in the state, like never before had been taken up, whether it is formation of different groups, formation of self-help groups, supporting them with different infrastructures, giving them necessary training, supporting them financially, bringing up different mission mode programs. All of this has gone into helping the farmers, and the transformation process has started today. Similarly, we realize that women empowerment is very important. And when I say women empowerment, we talk about economic empowerment of women. We realize that women have a social status in our state because of our matrilineal system, but the economic empowerment is not there the way it should be. And this has led to many other social implications within our state, whether it be high maternal mortality rates, high infant mortality rates, multiple pregnancies that are taking place, teenage pregnancy issues that are taking place. These are all connected. You may think that these are all different problems, but they are connected to this main problem that is there, where we need to economically empower our women. And that's when we will start seeing the changes happening in all these different areas. And the results and the problems we see will change once we start economically empowering them. Similarly, so many programs went into doing that, and we're going into many more programs as we move into the future. And similarly, youth is a very important part for us. So for youth, we realize, as was being said by the chairperson of this program, is the most important sector of our society. And I repeat this in almost every program I go when I talk to the youth, is that you are our greatest strength, but you are also the greatest challenge for every state and the country. And the mindset and the perception you have on how you would want the youth to be, do you see them as a challenge or do you see them as an opportunity? It depends on you. You means individually, depends on the government, depends on the leader, depends on the officials. And the way I would like to see is that this is the greatest opportunity for us. But if we don't handle it well, if we're not able to do the right things, if you're not able to bring you on the productive track, then it will become the greatest challenge for us. And we're seeing that happening in many nations and many states. And hence we realize that we need a detailed and comprehensive policy to take forward the youth, to channelize their energy, allow them to be productive, allow them to be positive, allow them to be confident, and not be negative, not be destructive, not going into the wrong things in life, because today there are too many distractions in society. And it's a huge challenge to ensure that the way the music was being played today, our friend who played the music, the guitar for us, Wanshalang, he loves his music. And like that, so many of you are here who love dancing, who love doing different kind of things. If as a government and as a society, if we do not give this platform for Wanshalang and many such talented youth, maybe there's a chance that he will leave his guitar one day and he will start doing something else. And that something else may not be as productive and as good as the way he played his music. It's just as simple as that. We are trying to provide that platform. And we need to provide that platform. This entire process of involving the youth. Why did we do this survey? We did this survey, because I'll tell you a very simple thing. I was one day, my daughter took admission in a school in Delhi, because I was in Delhi that time. And I had lost my elections, and I was no one. I had nothing to do, technically. So I told my wife, why don't you continue your studies? Why don't you do your MD in medicine? Let me also play my part, and I'll be there to take care of my daughter and be with her and spend time. So I was the one who was picking up my daughter, taking her to school and dropping her to school. And I went to the school, and the teachers asked me, well, what do you want your daughter to be? How do you want her to be? What are your challenges that you see? And where would you like to see her one day? And you know what? It took me 2 hours to figure that out. I didn't know. I just didn't know. And therefore, this survey is actually also meant to bring out in your minds, what is it that you want? Sometimes the biggest question, the simplest question in life of what you want is sometimes goes unanswered, and your life goes through you. And by the time, it's almost about to be over, that's when you realize and think about, what did I want? It's so important in life as a youngster, and even as a person who's grown up. It's so important in life to know what you want. This survey, the first part, is to make your mind start thinking. I want the youth of Meghalaya to know what they want. I want you to be able to tell us then, the courage to tell us that I want this. To be able to work towards it and say that this is what we want. To be able to bring everybody together and say, hey, can we do something about this? Can we change things? And I think that is the most important part of this survey, is to make you think about what you want. The second part of the survey, of course, is that we want to know what you want. Government makes policies. I don't know. Maybe what I wanted as a youth is different now. And my mind is policies being made based on what I thought I wanted. But that may not be true for you. So therefore, I need to know what you want, so that the right policies can be made to be able to provide you with the things that you would want. I'm not saying that we can change everything in one go, but at least we know where to start, where the problems lie. Small things we don't realize. So there are multiple things that this survey was meant to do, and I'm happy to see that so many of you have participated. I hope that there'll be many more such surveys that will happen, where we will be able to continuously engage with the youth and be able to come out with different ideas that are there. I'm so happy also to see that this entire Aspire program, again, I'm talking with the youth now, and I'm telling you why this is so important for us, and the fact that we're channelizing your energy. These are the mechanisms through which we channelize them. We start, clicking your minds to know what you want. We start listening to you to know what you want and what we can do about it. The Aspire program, you see, all of you know that you know that you're interested in something, you feel you have a talent in something, and sometimes, as I said, you don't have the confidence to come out and say that this is what I want to do. And sometimes what happens is your colleagues or your friends don't accept, or sometimes make fun of you, and that brings down your confidence. So this Aspire program was meant to unlock these talents within you. Make you accept, first of all, what you are good at. It takes time, I'm telling you. It takes time. Sometimes you're standing in front of the mirror and you start doing these things, and you're singing and dancing, and you just don't want to do it in front of others, because you're not being able to accept that you are good at it. So this Aspire program is meant to tell you, accept yourself. Accept yourself as what you are. Be thankful to God for giving you the talents and giving you all the blessings that He has given. So accepting yourself is one of the biggest targets of Aspire program. The second target of this Aspire program is to make yourself acceptable among your own friends. As I said, sometimes in the group, it's a tendency, we make fun of each other sometimes. I used to do that when I was a kid. Others used to do it to me. And we didn't realize how it used to impact the psychology of the child, of your friend, or of me, when somebody used to make fun. But then, what we're trying to tell you is that everybody is special. And we need to support each other. We need to be positive. When my friend is dancing or singing, I'm going to cheer for him or her. And that kind of unity and respect for each other, and accepting the talent of the other person also being there, that positive vibe, never to look down on anybody negatively. This kind of a positive thought process has come out. And that's the reason why we're doing this. And apart from that, of course, we want to make you more confident. We want to make you more energetic. We want to make you more positive in every sense. But this is how we are channelizing. So I talk about channelizing the energy of the youth all the time. And sometimes people tell, well, what are you doing about it? Well, this is what we're doing. So it started with a very simple thought process that we are going to be number one. And then we realized, well, to be number one, who are the people who we need to help and support? The farmers, the women, the youth, and many others, entrepreneurs, so on and so forth. And then we realized, well, if we want to do it for the youth, then what is it that we need to do for the youth? These are the programs we need to put in place. These are the policies that we need to create. So on and so forth. So this is really what it's all about. And I just said, as I said, I wanted to give a glimpse of the larger vision of what the state is planning to do. And I'll tell you, you may realize or not realize, but you may not see the results today of what is going on. But 10 years from now, these same youths who are here today, who never got a chance or never would have got a chance to stand here, no matter whether they succeed in life in terms of the talents that they have, but the kind of confidence that they will have in moving forward in life, the kind of positivity they will have, the kind of acceptability and respect they will have for others, the kind of respect they will have for themselves. This in itself, when it is affecting all the 7 lakh youths that we have, when it happens, you will see the transformation and the impact of that. The new generation who's going to be leading things from 10 to 15 years from today will be a new lot, with a different sense of purpose and passion and confidence and positivity like never before. This is the difference. And we'll look back after 10, 15 years. The judges who are here will look back and remember that I was the one who judged that talent. Mark will look back and say, well, I was instrumental in making this happen. All the Avenues team will be looking back 15 years from now and say that, well, that's what we started. And I see that happening. I'm not saying it just because we did it, but I know it's going to happen. It is coming. It is going to happen. We will see the change. But we need to continue. We need to be persistent. We need to work together. It's not just Conrad Sangma who has to do everything. Or it's not just Mark. Or it's not just Avenues in the government who has to do everything. Every single person has a role to play to make sure that we are able to invest correctly in the human capital that we need. Channelize the energy in a positive way. Make them productive. Make them responsible. Make them God-fearing. Make them people who respect their elders. These are the values that we require. And competitiveness. See, this talent program we're having is to tell you that world is today about competition. Positive competition, not negative competition. Positive criticism, not about negative criticism. We need to remember that we need to be able to compete. We have to compete with the best. I keep telling you that. And I keep telling people the reservation policy is there for us. But that does not mean that our mindset has to be a reservation policy mindset. The mindset needs to be a competitive mindset, thinking that there is no reservation. Fight as if you are going to survive and you need to survive. Fight as if there is no reservation for you. Fight as if you're going to compete with the best in the world. It's that survival instinct and that competitive mindset that I want in every single youth. That is what we're trying to do. The moment you start thinking that everything is ready for you, there's a reserved job and there's a reserved seat and there's a reserved, post in the something department for you, you won't try hard enough. It may be there, and whatever the policy is there, that is a different story. But as I said, our mindset should not be a reservation mindset. Change the reservation mindset. The policies will remain, the policies will go on, they may change here and there. That is something that I'm not commenting on. I'm only commenting on your mindset, how you think, how you take it forward. There are so many of our tribal friends who are there in Bangladesh. And they're Khasis, they're Garos, they're Jentias. And if you go there and you see the way they are doing in society, simply because they are marginalized out there, they face a lot of challenges out there, you will see that they are doing superbly well. They are one of the toppers in school, in education, in business, in civil service. Once there was a year where one, I think Garo lady or Khasi lady, I can't remember, topped the Bangladesh civil service exams. That's the kind of talent and skill that our people have. It's just that we need to unlock it. And that's really what we're trying to do out here. And this goes for every single person who's sitting in this room, that I hope that through these small interventions that we have, and we're doing this in everything. Farmers, I was yesterday in a program called Focus and Focus Plus. And we're trying to create this small kind of revolution within the small groups. You go to the farmers and you won't realize that he or she could not do her farming that particular year because she could not buy seeds which cost 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees. They didn't even have that much of money to not even buy the seeds. And the monsoon got over. And then the department seeds came in the month of September, October. These are things that happen. And we realize that small changes, small financial supports given at the right time can make all the difference that is required in the farmer's life. So these are the kind of things that are happening. I apologize, I'm getting into a lot of things because, obviously I'm very, very passionate about what I do. And therefore it's something that keeps me going. The chairperson was asking where the energy comes from. Even I don't know where it comes from. I'm not saying I'm very energetic, but there is a desire in me to make things happen. There's a desire in me to really take things forward. There's a desire in me to complete things and to be able to take a state forward. I would like to see that this goal that is there in front of me is achieved one day. And that's what keeps pushing me. So it's important for you also to make sure that you are driven by a goal and a purpose in your mind. And it should really take you to that level where it's not about getting tired. It's not about anything else. No challenge should bring you down. All you should know is that I need to achieve this goal. And that's so important in life. So friends, I can keep going on and on and on, as you know. But I don't think I have the time to share all the things. But it's so nice once again to see all the talent. I would have loved to stay back and of course to see all the performances today. But sadly I won't be able to stay too long. But I just want to tell all of you that all of you are winners. All of you have done great. There is nobody who won or who lost. You are all winners in your own way. And continue with that confidence. I wish you all the very best in the days to come. I wish the parents and the principals and the other faculty members the very best, and thank you so much for your support for the Aspire program. And yes, we intend to continue this in the future also every year, so that we can continue to reach out to as many of the youths as possible. As I said, this is a program, obviously we can't change things in one day or 1 year. It's a long drawn process, but we have to start somewhere. So we started and we are seeing the results, and we want to move forward and make a larger difference in the people's lives, especially the lives of our youngsters out here. So once again, I wish all the talented youth and all of you the very best. I look forward to the state summit, which will take place sometime in November end or December 1st week in Shillong. And we'd like to make it really nice and really great. And I'm sure that there'll be a lot of participants that day too. So once again, I wish the Aspire program and the team the very best. I wish each and every one of you the very best for your future. And may God bless each and every one of you. And may God bless our state of Meghalaya.